Hi there guys, I'm James or Dodo and welcome to my advanced Vassal functionality video. This video is a continuation of my previous getting started video. It covers some of the more advanced features that Vassal has. Specifically, this is going to cover squad building, recording gained and watching logs. As before, you might have noticed that this video is on Mac, but the Vassal interface is the same for both Mac and Windows, so it's equally applicable. This video also assumes you have some previous knowledge. It assumes you have Vassal installed and know how to play X-Wing, for which I'll provide some video links in the description. It also assumes that you either know how to use Vassal or have seen my previous video.
Alright, so moving on to squad building then.
So why would you want to build your squad? Mainly it saves you a lot of time. Setting up all these cards on the map as I've got them set up here takes sort of about five minutes or so, and it can be quite fiddly. Even if you do know all the various shortcuts and stuff. If you're not comfortable using the shortcuts, this can be particularly time-consuming. If you can use the same squad over many games in a tournament, then it's especially useful. You just turn up and load your squad with just a few clicks rather than sort of taking 5 minutes just sitting there setting your ships up. Alright then, let's get started. So as you can see here, I've got my squad mostly set up. I've got my target locks numbered. I've got all the values on the bases set up, and I've got these first 4 ships all set up with the card maneuver dials, and they've all been numbered and named appropriately. So you've got Bluetooth here. There we go, and I've even got the unique identifiers and the names on the ship. So this just allows you when you're doing the target declarations in the chat window. I haven't got my rookie set up yet, so I'll just do that now. One other useful tip I'd give you is, even though you can't really see it, Vassal does have a multiple selection functionality. So actually what I'm going to do here is select all these ships and press Shift P to set the pilot name. And that will set the pilot name for all these, so set the pilot name on the ship and the dial. And I will also do the same thing to set the ship ID, the ship numbers. That will be number 5. There we go. So it's set up the various craft numbers, including on the cards as well. Okay, so my squad's now set up. Now to build my squad, what I want to do is record this here. So how to do that is very simple. First, go to begin log file. Now select all your. I need to enter in a file name. Just enter in a name and a comment. You don't need to do that. Usually you use your logs on your own. So now I'm going to select my entire squad, and all I'm going to do is copy. And it can be a little bit confusing because, as I said in the previous video, Vassal does copy in place, but that's all I've done. So all I've done is selected them, copied, and ended the log file. And all that has done is recorded my actions. That's all the log files do. Just to check it has actually copied, I'm just move these out of the way, or mic so you can actually see I'm getting 2 copies, so I know there's actually 2 there. To check that so that's now got my squad saved. So just to show you how I'm going to use these, now I'm going to load my log file. To do that, go to load continuation, and there's that in there. So I'll open up the files, and you can see it's like I said loaded my continuation, and this button here, the step forward to continuation button, has now become active. And do that. Here we go. So that's all that's done, and it's just loaded that onto there, and just get rid of this. And that's all there is to saving and loading your file. Now, it will always save and load in the right place. So I'm right in the middle of the map here. Sometimes I get in the way of some people like to put movement templates or whatever in the way. So just be aware of that. But other than that, that's all there is to it. It takes a lot of time out of getting your squad sorted. One note on compatibility. As the modules change, some of your log files will work. If your log file was created in a previous version of X-Wing, of the X-Wing module, then you get a message in the chat log saying that it might not be compatible. It'll probably still work. The only time it won't work is if the actual ships or anything, or the cards themselves have changed. Now this did happen with, I believe, the X-Wing module version 5. So any log files you had from before then probably won't work with the some of the new chits in here. But generally, you'll record your squad before you start a tournament and use it for the whole tournament. Okay, now I'm going to talk about recording games. When you're playing in a tournament, your tournament organizer will usually ask you to record, both players to record a game. So there's two reasons to record your game. The first one probably be the tournament organizer will use it to confirm the result in the event of a dispute. And also, it's really good for some of the higher level games, giving the users something to watch. So to record your game, just as you did when saving and loading your squad, you just use a begin log file and name it appropriately. And all that will do is, again, put comments in. And all that does is start recording all the ships on the board and the movements that take place. And then when you finish your game, just end your log file and the log file written. So that's all there is to it. But you do have to remember you need to do that just to avoid yourself any trouble in the long term. What you can then use is these logs you can watch these logs back later on. So what I'm going to do here is show you how to do that. To do that, you go back to the splash screen, and before where we selected play offline, which was what I was using to build my squads, now we select load save game. So I'm going to load, I've got the log file from Theorist Tournament, the Don versus Fildo game. So I would suggest you give it a look. It's a good game, and it does take a little bit of time to load. All right then, so that's loaded up there. Just to note, that does sometimes take quite a while, as it did for me, and that can be sometimes a little bit buggy. So sometimes you have to just move it around or put it in a different file. You see, this is now loaded up, and I can click next. So now you've got to choose which side. I'm just going to choose Observer here. One thing of that, you can actually, if you choose a player for this one, you can go in and actually edit things on the board, which is quite useful sort of for trying different strategies or watching some of your own games back and maybe thinking, oh, what if I did this? What if I did that? But I'm just going to look at this one as Observer. So again. And this has loaded the game up just like this. So this is just the start of the game. And now you have to use this, again, as before, use this load continuation button just to step through. Now this has got a shortcut, which is page down, or FN down on a Mac. And you do have to do a lot of holding and clicking. And just for this log, filters at the top. And you'll just see that this is doing all those. Sometimes you will get periods of when not a lot is happening. This is usually when players are actually just setting their dials. They're all you can see on the set, and I'm still holding it down, but this is where they're just setting their dials. And you can see this still gives you an overview of what's going on in the game. There we go. So I'm sure you can understand that. And just close the game. Alright then guys, I think I'll wrap this video up here. I think this video now contains pretty much everything you need to know for playing X-Wing on Vassal Online, and also everything you need for playing in a tournament and making your games go as fast as possible. So I hope to see you on Vassal soon.